Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Another weekend Halo Championship Series online open tournament in the books, and with it, OpTic Halo goes 2-0. So in this video, we're going to break down the decisive map for victory. OpTic Halo actually made it to the finals from winner's bracket. So since they were in winner's bracket this time, all they had to do is just win one best of 5. They ended up playing Cloud9 in that best of 5 and ended up winning 3-1. The map that they won, that live fire Strongholds, it plays a bit like domination, but it's a little bit more fun to watch because there's more happening around the map and things move much quicker. So because of that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to break it all down for you. But before we do, I wanted to go in and just kind of lay out the map for you so you kind of know what's going on and what to be looking for. So as we bring up our map here, you can see that there's A, B, and C, just like in domination. OpTic Halo is going to get this A spawn. And if you're working from A, then you want to try to hold A and B and trap your enemy team at C, very much so like you would in Call of Duty. This just plays a bit differently. So off the rip, the 3 things you have to be aware of is if you're pushing over through garage towards B, then you're going to be looking over towards this back nest area because that's where the C spawners are going to be coming from. You can also watch this lane down the middle, of course. There is going to be a flank route on the top side of the map over here. So at the beginning, the thing that's different about Halo is that you're going to be pushing, trying to get those power weapons, right? So right here in the middle of the map, you have the sniper spawn, and directly underneath it, you have the shotgun or the heat wave. So you're going to be trying to get both of those weapons. And the only other thing up here at the top part of the map, this is where the overshield spawns. So at the beginning of this, it might look a little bit different because teams, of course, are going to be trying to capture B, but it's almost maybe just as important to make sure you're getting those power weapons and those power-ups as you go around. So with all that in mind, that's the break from A. Real quick, if you're from C, it's going to look very similar. So if you're spawning here at C, then you're going to try to get top nest control. And if you have top nest control, then the only way that the enemy team can come really is through this platform or this front A push or over through garage. So what you're going to see is a lot of times you'll see people up here in top nest, or you'll see them here in pillars. And if you have these 2 positions, then you can get shots into either of these routes from A. And those are the 2 strats that we're going to be looking for as we hop into this. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's hop on over and we get right into this one. So again, scoreboard bottom middle, you can see that the green team has A. That's obviously OpTic Halo. And at the beginning here, you're going to have a pretty impressive start here from Cloud9. You can see that the sniper is, well, the sniper was in the hands of Lucid. He gives it up right here. And anytime you have these pros with the sniper in their hands, they do get pretty dangerous. Stellar has it right here. He's able to hit 2 shots on APG. There's another one as Pistola goes. He was lit. Stellar gets a 2-piece, and that is exactly why it is so important in Halo to get the overshield, to make sure you have the shotty or the sniper, because you'll even see a couple more kills here where Stellar's here. He's on B-Dom. Oh, he actually ends up dying, but the sniper does hand over. And as you watch the sniper go back and forth in Halo, all you really have to do is just hit a body shot and then follow that with a melee. And if you're able to do that, then you're able to win that gun battle. So again, yes, it's important to be able to get those massive kills from afar, but here, this is what I was looking at. You just barely get a shot off, you couple that with a melee, and you're able to win that gun battle. So just to kind of reset here, score bottom mid, it is 23-5. You can see that 2 points are owned by OpTic, but one thing you're going to notice, and this is maybe a little bit tough to follow if you're new to the Halo scene, but as we're watching this here, you can see that C was just captured. Now B went back over to Cloud9. Now A is being captured by Cloud9, and just the fact that the map is pretty small and you capture zones so quickly, 2 zones just flipped hands. A is being captured by OpTic, it's just trying to really break all this down, and what's happening would end up being a 40 or 50-minute video if we really paused it and went frame by frame. So we'll just have to try to do our best here. And the only other thing that I'll say, and Tashi did mention so on Twitter, they did mention that they're working towards a mini map, and I think a mini map is unbelievably super important when it comes to Halo, because right now all you can tell what's happening is what's happening on whoever screen you're watching, right? So we're on board with Penguin right now, and we can kind of get an idea that they have A, B, and C, but where are each of these teams spawning and who's pushing what? They really need a mini map, and it's not built into Halo. So in Call of Duty, obviously a mini map is huge, and that's something that's built into the game. That mini map, not even like in the menus, is built into Halo, so there's nothing for observers to just quickly grab it from. So that's why we don't have one right now. However, there is one coming eventually. So just know, as we start to watch this, especially I'm sure by the time we get into that first open tournament at Rally, which is just here in about 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'm sure by the time they have it then, this will all look totally different. Even now, how we're watching this, they've improved the colors. Last week, we couldn't really tell who was OpTic, who was Cloud9. The colors were just red and blue instead of red and green like OpTic's green. And you'll also see that there is a kill feed on certain screens, so I don't see it right now, but I did see it throughout, that underneath where it says Cloud9 Echo on the left hand side, I did see at certain points that there was also a kill feed listed underneath there. So they're already making vast improvements. We just have to see how this progresses over time. Now, if we're getting into the actual breakdown of this, you can see bottom mid, Cloud9 is already up 115 to 31, and they've done so by controlling C and B and just not letting OpTic out of that A spawn. And again, this is a bit different because either way, all you have to do is, if you're able to get 2 or 3 dead, that basically resets, or that basically locks down a push from your enemy. So as you see right here, OpTic is still really struggling to get out of that C spawn. Yes, they have a sniper rifle, and yes, they have a billion things. Right here, by the way, APG just jumped off the map into River because he had the sniper rifle. So if he goes down right there, then that sniper rifle, that power weapon, is going to change hands. So instead of going down and giving up that sniper rifle, he knew he was dead. He decided to just jump off. You're going to see that a lot in Halo. If we start watching Oddball or whatever game type we're playing, if it's Oddball, you'll see over and over again that teams, especially on this map, if they're in trouble, they're the last person left and they have the ball. Rather than be in a power position and give up the ball, they'll just go ahead, they'll just jump off. That is a nasty play right there from Lucid, by the way. That was basically a 50-50 gun battle. He uses the RB ability, so the repulsor ability, to knock his team away. And this, again, that's also a disgusting play. So if you have that repulsor, you're able to use it off the ground to boost yourself up into the air. He's able to get shots on his enemy. Right before that on A, he was able to use it to push Stellar off of him and finish that kill. It's just, if you're in that gun battle, you don't expect to be boosted backwards. So those are just tremendous plays. And again, now you can see the triple cap is in for OpTic. So even though they were down by about 100, we can see that this is starting to change momentum, maybe just a little bit. And at this point, OpTic has A and B and Cloud9 has C, and OpTic's just winning the gun battles, right? You saw a kill right there from APG. You can see again, as they're fighting for that overshield, they're getting overshield. They're winning these gun battles. They have a trip cap in again. And because they were pushed up so far onto C, that Cloud9 is now spawning over at A. This is just... This is what this OpTic Halo team can do. And that's the other thing about Strongholds is if you look down at the time underneath, it's not like ever so slightly you're scoring points. If you have a triple cap, you're scoring points in groves. You're scoring them 2, 3 at a time, and it happens every second or two. So in Call of Duty, when you're playing domination, if you have a 1 flag advantage, then every 5 seconds you get a tick. This is much different. You can see bottom mid, OpTic has a tick or a 1 plot advantage, and basically every second they're scoring a point, and it's going up to 250. So that 100-point lead that Cloud9 had is now history. OpTic's doing a fantastic job of holding down CB, and again, you could see that they were over towards pillars, and they were just watching the push out of A. Lucid here, he actually ends up going down from Renegade, but just now is Cloud9 starting to get out of their spawn. Cloud9 spawned over at C, trying to work their way over towards B. OpTic's able to get kills there. And all they're doing is, as you're looking at Trippy here, they're just going underneath. They're just getting shots in these cuts as Cloud9 tries to push from C to B. And that's the exact mode and method that we talked about at the beginning of this video. Repulsor again. So we were on board with Pistola right there. What Pistola was trying to do is use his repulsor to launch his enemy off the map. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite in that opening there. So when he launched him back, he hit his back on the wall. But that's a play you're going to see more often than not. It'll be a back tap here from Lucid. And now OpTic, so as we're on board with Lucid, now OpTic is in the position where they're spawning at C. You have to get kills in this cut over towards B. As you saw right there, Lucid was able to get that kill. They have 2 on B. And now, so let's go ahead, let's pause this here, because if you look at the bottom middle, so OpTic has B, right? If you look down here towards the middle, and they also have C, but they were able to just get a couple kills on B. So as C is being capped, rather than try to work their way back towards C, they're instead just going to try to get the one final kill over towards A and flip the map. So that's something that's a little bit different from what you see when you're watching Call of Duty. Just to bring up the map and explain this, again, they have C and they have B. So as they were leaving C, you saw them get kills in this cut area, and then they're going towards B trying to get this cap. Now, once they get this capture, they have 2 options. They know that that Cloud9 is spawning over at C, so they could work their way back, go up here towards Nest, and then work their way towards C, or they know they have numbers at B, so rather than work backwards, they're just going to hit this top A cut. They're going to try to capture A and then just flip the map on its head. So after they capture A, if overshield is up, you'll see them work towards the top of the map. But more than likely, they'll just work back in this area, watch the push through mid. They'll watch the push across this area as Cloud9 now tries to work towards B. And again, it's just a little bit of a different look than what you're used to, especially if you follow the Call of Duty scene. Nice escape there from Lucid. He had the repulsor. So now in that instance, we saw him use it to kill. We saw him use it to gain position. There we just saw him use it as an exit strategy, right? He just hit the wall in front of him. It allowed him to bounce backwards. And nice kill from APG right there. So now, again, we just talked about it. OpTic, rather than going back to C, you see that they have A and B, and now they're just gaining points by holding down those 2 locations. Nice kill there from Lucid, which, by the way, if you didn't watch this, Lucid was absolutely unbelievable. I believe his first Slayer map in this series, he was 21-9. And when you're talking about Team Slayer that only goes up to 50, if you have a teammate that's going 21-9, you're probably going to win the game, right? Again, I know I'm making a ton of comparisons to Call of Duty and the CDL, but if you have somebody go 21-9 in Hardpoint, then yeah, you might be giving yourself an advantage, but that's not the point of the game, right? Whereas if you're playing Slayer in Halo, as that is a disgusting snipe, and another one from Lucid as he snipes and then gets the melee. He basically single-handedly captured B here, and again, that's why it's so important to have the power weapons as he hits another snipe right there. You have the power weapons. He hits a snipe. He gets another snipe and then a melee. And now they have B, and OpTic is going ever so slightly closer to getting this victory on this map 4. But as the point that I was making before, it's just when you're able to go 21-9 in Slayer, you have somebody that's dominating the map like that. It is unbelievably hard to win a game with that kind of performance on the other team. And this is where things do get a little bit tight. So at this point in time, it was kind of up in the air because as we're watching this, Cloud9 spawned at C, and they now have the flag advantage, and both teams are about 30 or 40 points away from winning. So if you're OpTic at this point in time, you just got killed there by Echo. You had 2 go down over towards C. You have Cloud9 pushing forward over towards A. Another really important win from Renegade. And as this is happening, Cloud9 right now has a triple cap. So if you're OpTic, the score might be tied, but you were just triple capped. You're now being trapped over towards B. You have got to get a flag right now, and I thought for sure that this series was going to a map 5, but right there you get a really important win from Trippy, and because you capture these flags so quickly, they now have AB advantage, and you see APG, you see Lucid. Both of those guys are fighting over towards B. So again, domination in Call of Duty, you want to have as many people on the point as possible, but in this, another massive kill from Trippy where you can just have one person cap a flag and you can send all 3 of your other teammates over to protect the flag that you do already have. Now a triple cap is in. Stellar was really the last chance that they had. You're going to see the sniper come out from Pistola right here, but it's not going to matter, and with that, you end up having a 250 to 233 victory from OpTic Gaming, which gives them a 3-1 victory in the grand finals over Cloud9, and we've had 2 Halo Championship Series Open tournaments, and this, again, is another impressive showing from OpTic Gaming, giving them their 2nd overall tournament victory. So if you're new around here, you enjoy this sort of thing. You guys really seem to enjoy the last one that I put out. So if you enjoy this one, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments if I should continue putting out these videos. But thank you guys so much. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And with that, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next upload.